Previously on Team Brothership. Well, hello. Welcome back, everyone. I am Mike with Team Brothership, and this is the much delayed episode 2 of my Neverhood Let's Play. So, for the record, this is actually the third time I've tried to record this episode. I'm sorry to keep bringing it up because I feel like it's all I've done in every episode that we've recorded lately, but Paul and I have just been having a lot of technical issues, which I think we've mercifully taken care of, so we can finally get back to business. I want to finish this. I'm also doing a Rondo of Blood Let's Play for October, but I have not abandoned the Neverhood. It's still one of my favorite games, and I really enjoyed that first episode that I did. It kind of cheered me up when I was feeling a little bit low. So we are going to finish this thing. And I don't think it's going to take that long. This is a fairly short game. So yes, right where I am now, this is something that I had forgotten about. But this is where you need to go to kind of move on from. You need some. Uh-oh, am I stuck? Nope. Come on. Why are you not? He's stuck for some reason. Hold on. Let's try this again. Come on. Why are you stuck now? No, don't get stuck. There we go. Alright. Doesn't like where I'm clicking, I guess. I apologize in advance. I don't know how exciting this, or not exciting. I mean, I deliberately try to not be exciting with these. We've all got enough excitement in our day-to-day, I feel like. But having recorded this episode now multiple times, I have a feeling my commentary is gonna not be quite as fun as perhaps it would be under other circumstances. Oh, so quick aside, this is the puzzle solution to the... Sorry, I thought something just crashed into me. This is the radio puzzle solution right here. You can come here and it'll tell you what song to put on the radio to open that door. I just forgot that was there. Come on, keep going. Oh, God. For a moment, the kittens were sleeping. They kind of derailed the last episode, too, with their constant, adorable need for attention. But I have said every time I've recorded, and I'm sure you're going to hear them chirping and yowling in the background, but, you know, people like cats, right? That's what the internet's told me. I've said every time I've recorded this episode, this may be my favorite background music track in the entire game. It's just so calm and relaxing. I just want this music to, like, accompany me throughout life. I feel like it would help me just not be so tense. Alright, I gotta check one thing. So I wrote down... I think this is the same. No, it's not. Okay, this has changed. Yeah, the puzzle solutions change, and I had speculated this actually helps me answer a question. the puzzle solutions change each time you go through the game. You know, so you can't just coast on your memory. And I had wondered whether the puzzle solutions were set when you start the game or whether they are not set until you encounter them. And this firmly answers this question, because now that I've played through this thing multiple times, I'm guessing they just load they populate as soon as you first enter the area where they're located. Because dead end. All right, we got one other thing, two other things. I guess two other things that I wanted to show before we. The puzzle solution is the only thing we definitely needed, but there is one or two other things that I want to address before we move on. Just fun little asides that you can see. Now that I've gone through this 3 times, this should go pretty quickly. You would think. I think during attempt 2, maybe, I talked a little bit about how much I enjoy claymation and how much I enjoy point-and-click adventure games. There's something kind of... I know there's a lot of... Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but occasionally you'll hear criticism about point-and-click adventure games, about, oh, they don't have any replay value because you do them once and the puzzle is done, which is true. But you could kind of say the same thing about movies, in the sense of, like, well, once you've seen a movie, I guess unless you're watching the theatrical release of Clue, which might have been... Oh, sorry, quick aside, so this is the underside of the cannon, which was put here by Hoborg, nay Clog, right, Clog, nay Hoborg. Sorry, more cat shenanigans. I have 3 cats at present, and one of them does not get along with the other 2, so occasionally there's some problems. But anyway, I mean, you could kind of level that same complaint against films, in that, like, well, once you've seen the movie, you know what happens. Obviously, video games are inherently an interactive medium. I know I've mentioned it a few times before, but you should all read James Paul Guy's books about video games and narratives. They're really interesting, and they'll help you in the lengthy and ultimately pointless debate about video games and art. I think they make some really good arguments as to why video games as art will not resemble other things as art. But, flying in complete contradiction of that, I mean, you can enjoy video games just for story, especially point-and-click adventure games. I mean, something like Curse of Monkey Island, or what's it, Leisure Suit Larry, Love for Sale, or some of those games, you know, right around the same time as the Neverhood, that clearly had, I don't want to say cinematic. Oh, okay, so this is Willie's room. There's Willie's dad. It'll come up kind of a little bit later. Willie and one other character in this game were not. The Neverhood was created by Hoborg, as we weren't. Thanks, kitten. There's dice on the floor now, which will be very sonically pleasant for our listeners. Hold on. No, you can't play with that. Anyway, so, you know, certain games that had more cinematic aspirations, and obviously that has some bad, what's the term I'm looking for? Cinematic games has some slightly problematic connotations as well. You know, we're all picturing games that you just sit there and watch, which is not what I'm saying. I mean, a video game is meant to be played and to be experienced in an interactive fashion. That being said, once you've done that, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with going back and just kind of revisiting as you would a beloved film. I mean, I know, as my roommates in college, including John, both all grew to loathe, I'm one of those people that likes to rewatch a movie that I like 100,000 times. it's just comforting, re-experiencing a world and friends and things in that fashion. So I think in that way, point-and-click adventure games, at least for me, are very like cozy games. I think I mentioned, or this may have been lost. I'm gonna drop a save in a minute too because I have concerns. I'll have to check the time on this at some point too. Oh my god. Everybody was sleeping a little while ago and now they're all out and playing. But just imagine, two really adorable little black kittens just frolicking around in this office while I'm talking to you, and hopefully that will help make the off-putting sounds. That's the one I needed. Possibly the worst track in the game. Alright, let's get back in here. Actually, I'm gonna chance it. I'm gonna save in the next room because the thumbnail for these saves are all starting to look the same, and I want to make sure I'm in the right place. So we've already solved this puzzle thanks to Bobby. We all remember him. I had a family friend growing up as a child named Bobby. He was, a middle-aged man. I always thought that I don't think as a middle-aged man I would want somebody to call me Bobby. That sort of seems a little infantilizing, but it's not my name, so that's not the issue at stake. Oops. No, I didn't need to do that, but that's fine. I'm going to go through here, buddy. There we go. Alright, I'm going to drop a save real quick. Alright, so the whole point of that shenanigans outside was that we wanted to get the puzzle solution for this. Which, cripes, I hope I wrote it down correctly. Alright, we'll find out in a moment, I suppose. I was talking while I did this, so... Ooh, that was some artifacting there. But yeah, I think I told this story on one of our lost episodes, but when I was in college, my parents and my brother went on a trip one year. Grab this. And so I was home and there was a blizzard, so I kind of had to deal with the snow removal. Oh, okay, so these are all the, like, there's, no, not him, but these are sort of all the deities or the rulers of this universe. And they're the same ones you can see if you go through that hallway and read all the little text there. There's a few exceptions, some of them are not. Here, right front and center, there's Willie's dad. And there's Hoborg. They never really, spoilers, they never really explain if the two of them are close or anything, and that's why Willie wound up here. Something that possibly would have been explored in the future. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play of Skull Monkeys, because I don't think that would be as entertaining. Here we go. Good old ladder head. Does not belong. I'll fix that. Oh my god. Kittens. Guess as long as they're not fighting, we're okay. Oh, actually, speaking of Skull Monkeys, I believe this is the individual who created the world that we explore in Skull Monkeys. Maybe I'll do a quick little, like, one-off episode with Skull Monkeys, just so everybody can see it. I definitely find doing Let's Plays of more low-key games like the Neverhood or like a RPG or something makes for slightly better episodes, I think, because right. So as I'm gonna put my discs in. This is where you'll see that clearly there has been some resetting. I basically had to replay the entire game a second time after episode 1 because of some shenanigans with my recording equipment. So everything's kind of reset. So this is the first time, technically, that I'm putting all of these discs in here, so there's kind of a lot of them. But anyway, what I was saying, I find kind of more slower-paced games make for better episodes, I think, because I don't get distracted. I mean, you can... my most recent episode. Okay, so here's the game. This game's equivalent of fast travel, which is not super fast, but it is traveling, definitely. All right, we got one spot to go. Let's do it. I think outside of the ending, right here is the longest cutscene in the game. Maybe. I haven't timed them, I suppose. I could time them now since I'm recording. Oh, here we go. All right, let's get going here. Some more of that sweet, delicious klezmer. Giant pin going over to this kind of menacing-looking castle. Very kind of menacing individual watches from the distance. Oh, you know what? So you'll see momentarily. I never quite grasped the physics of what is going on here, but until right now. I don't know if Clayman totally realizes why he needs to pull that pin, or if he just feels like compelled to. He's not a dummy. I mean, the game, some of the cutscenes kind of make him look like an idiot, but clearly he's not stupid. It's gonna move. That may be our thumbnail for this episode. I guess that's a tiny little reference to 2001 with all the biblical and creationist. So yeah, the pin was holding the two halves apart. I get that now. I understand. You can even see a little bit of the bleeding of the clay colors there on the Clayman. As much as I love this game, it also makes me feel kind of sad. Oh, see, you're clearly telegraphing where we need to go next. Or eventually, I should say. See, there it is, lining up. Remember that spot? You probably don't, because it was like a month ago. Trees united its other half. Been to a lot of weddings in the last couple days, so I'm just seeing everything as analogies to marriage. Somebody's upset about this scenario. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna drop another save. Not that it would actually really fix the ultimate problem that screwed up everything in the first place. Alright, so once we've done this, I guess it's sort of a cheat, but it's unlocked some more fast travel options. One of these takes us back from where we came from. One of them takes us to the next area. I don't remember which is. Okay, here's where we need to go. And there's a little sketch of the Neverhood on the background here. We get 2 new discs. Yeah, we ultimately do need to find all of the discs. Because it's not just, alright, we gotta hit this thing and then skedaddle real quick because this door shuts. And it'll just smack you right in the old face. There's a couple things we need to do. One of the only other people you can talk to here is this guy.
Oh, it's you! Hi! Go away! I gave it the Holler Records. The guy goes and he keeps coming back. I don't get it. I wish he'd just go away. He'll probably do it again. Oh, it's you!
Yeah, he just starts to repeat himself.
Go away!
as friendly as the rest of the current denizens of the Neverhood are. Alright. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything like I had been on our previous playthrough. Again, you'd assume now that I've gone through this 3 times in the last month that I would remember things a little better. But maybe you have not been through the stress of a global pandemic, because it kind of makes you forget some things. All right, I think there's not over here. I misremember. Nope, there it is. Okay, I did not forget. So this is our puzzle, and I apologize, this is going to take a few minutes to get through, and if I screw it up, it's going to take some repeating. And boy howdy, do I hope that this one has not reset itself at some point. So this, you may remember from the first episode, there was like a sequence of shapes that you could watch. And I wrote them down because now we need to input them in the correct sequence. And if you do it wrong, you have to start all over again, and it's sort of annoying. And that one with the funny... crap. I don't want to lose my place, sorry. One point where I do kind of have to pay attention for a moment. I'm just hoping things did not reset themselves at any point between. I don't think so. I think I pulled this sequence because I pulled it in the first episode. I think it should stay the same. So because if I have not, there's going to be a hard cut here while I go traipse all the way back there and find that solution. So the one with the funny sound is the one from the sequence that is not actually, it's like incorrect. There we go. All right, perfect. Thank God. And all we get for that is a disc. I'm going to save again so we don't have to see that. All right, a couple more things to do up here, and we'll head down below. I think it's left. Left is where I want to go. Yes, in here. There's one other tedious puzzle that I think I will probably put a break in from it. Oh, man, it's right here too, so in a moment. So long, mouse. Nah, he's fine. Don't worry about it. That's not a joke. He is fine. Oh, okay. So this puzzle... When I used to replay this game, this was always the puzzle that took me the longest. But there's actually a really simple solution to it. The mouse, so you got to send the mouse through these different doors, and the mouse will always look at the door that he needs to go through. You occasionally have to position him a little bit, but as long as you do that, because like a lot of the other puzzles, the solutions are randomized. So you can't you can't just remember, but the mouse will always look at where he needs to go. So that makes that a lot simpler. But when I used to replay this game just for giggles, this was always the part that I would dread. You get stuck here real easy. Alright, we need this thing. There's one other puzzle that is legitimately tedious that we'll have to do in a moment, but that's okay. I will, this little thingy here. What does this do? It shows a sweet clip of Willy, but that's not all it does. We also need it for something else down the line. So we have to just keep pushing this bad boy over here. This has a purpose to it. Keep going, Clayman. I'm gonna get this all the way over to here. Oops, too far, too far. Nope. Too far. Grab this while we're here. Yeah, this is the other puzzle, which we got to do. It's a little problem. I suppose it's a problem that we're doing it so back to back with the other more tedious puzzle, but we want to do it now because otherwise we'll have to loop all the way around. Alright, we got to send that over there because we need that later. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm going to put my... I just found a whole bunch of discs, so let's get rid of those. And then we'll, oh, wow, okay. We're, like, almost done. Not quite the end of the game, but... Alright, like I said, this is the most tedious puzzle in the game, at least from a Let's Play perspective. So, here's my pen. Alright, so basically what this is it's like one of those Match 2 games, except there's like 100 million of these things. Oh, we found some. Which yeah, see, that's the problem. It would be one thing if, like, as soon as you match two, they stayed. But it removes everything, so there's no way around just having to write this down. So I apologize, everyone. I'm going to just pause the recording while I tediously go through and write all of this down. And then I will be right back so we can continue on with this episode. Okay, last one, hopefully. There we go, perfect. We did it. We solved this. It gives us nothing. Actually, it gives us the solution to another puzzle down the line. So it's you got puzzles in my puzzles. All right, off we go to the next spot. So now I believe we want to travel down somewhat. Make sure I didn't forget or miss anything here. I think we only need what did I say? 3 more discs? Let's do a quick loop around. Oh, I meant to save. Ooh, hold on. Wait a minute there. Can I... No, I can't go anywhere here. That's fine. That's back to that. That's that. All right. So it's off to the pink house that we go. Another cutscene. Strange mushroom. I think this will get us one more disc. It's really enjoying that. Oh no, the sheep. Look out. Run. Oh. It's alright, they're disgusting anyways. So, it's a we can't interact with the sheep, and that's a one-way journey. So we're heading over here. Not a one-way, I mean, you can loop back around eventually, but we can't immediately go back that way. A lot of cutscenes in this part. Continuing the trend of everyone in the Neverhood being a rude jerk. Alright, there's our disc, which I almost didn't see because of the lighting. And, perhaps more importantly, that is our code there that we need for the old gun. So I gotta write down real quick. Alright, and then we get to jump back into it. Oh, no, wait. Let's save first. Jump into our fast travel device and do some fast traveling. Now look at all the fun places we can go now. Well, there's nothing there. That's back where we came from, so this is where we're going next, I guess. Alright, we can solve a couple of puzzles here. I don't think there's anything here other than getting back in the fast travel. And it's good that we did this way, because otherwise we'd have to loop back around. Because we need that that graph that I just finished. That tedious graph. Alright, what else we got over here? I think this is... Oh. Somebody's shouting to us, but we can't do anything about that yet. What we can do is this. Alright, what do we got? Okay, so this, we have to set how many of these individual symbols showed up in that puzzle. So let's see, we got 4, 5, 6. The nice thing is there's only as many as there are sides of a die, so 3, 4, another 6. And then this one, there were... You can flash back in your own viewing of this to see how many there were. I think there's only 4 of this guy. Okay. Well, I wrote it down wrong, so that's cool. 2... Am I missing something? That's definitely how many there were. Oh. Were there more that I just wasn't paying attention to? Let's count up again. Oh, that's why. Mike was just an idiot and can't count, and didn't realize you could have more than a regular side of a die. Never mind. Oh. The robot wants his teddy bear. Alright, so that's what we have to do here. Now it is on to our next adventure. We can't do anything about Willie shouting to us right now. But what we can do now that we've oriented that, and we've got our second gun code, we can go over back to our fast travel spot. And does this unlock another fast travel spot? Trying to remember. There are some shortcuts, so we don't have to... Yeah, this is new. Right? Or is that... Is that back where we just came from? No, it's this spot. Okay. Let's see, that's where we were. Yeah, I think this is just back to... That's fine. This is where we need to be anyways. All right, so I'm going to just quickly wander back here. I may cut this out so you don't have to watch all of it. This will speed things up a little bit. You don't have to go through all that tedious shrinking and regrowing nonsense. And we can get out of here. And thankfully, I think we're pretty much done with this whole... Unless I missed a disc, which cripes, I hope not. I think we've got one in hand, and I believe there are 2 in the final area of the game, so we're good. So I don't think we ever have to come back here. A little bit of backtracking. Not as much as I've been doing. lately, though. Actually, I guess it's only, we don't even have to fix the bridge or anything because we're just using the gun, which is right up here. He's a champ with that. All right. Oh, you know what? No, we do have to go back. Sorry, my apologies. I forgot. There's one other thing that we have to do. All right. So we got our first code down, and hopefully I just wrote down that second one correctly. But this is going to get tedious. That wasn't it. There we go. And that should be it. Yeah, there we go. So can I... up. Oh, you can see the little holes in his feet so they could pose him. That's fun. And then we turn. And what are we aiming at? Oh, I'm sorry, friend, but it's for the greater good. Oh, boy. Alright, well, that's that. Now we can... No, we are going to have to go through all that growing and shrinking nonsense again. Alright, I'm going to briefly cut away just so you don't have to watch all of this tedium of me going through all that stuff again, because we got to go back to the fast travel spot. I'm going to drop a quick save. And I will see you all momentarily. Okay. We're back in. I had a brief scare where there was a rather unpleasant audio problem that I thought had cost me this episode again. So I think we're probably going to do this part and then wrap it up just so I can have this one in the books. Let me have this one. I want to finish this Let's Play desperately. Not because I want the game to be over. I feel like this has been this Sisyphean ordeal. And I desperately want this to be a successful Let's Play. We got way more views on the first episode than pretty much anything we've done in quite a while, so somebody's enjoying this. Here we go. And I stand corrected. I think this is actually the longest cutscene in the game by a pretty wide margin, so we'll watch this, we'll get to where we need to be, and then we'll probably wrap it up. Alright, so there's... Whoops. Oh. I see what your problem is. Somebody had set this doll to evil. I guess his name's Bill. You didn't expect giant mech piloting in this quirky claymation comedy game, did you? This is the Mobile Suit Gundam of mid-90s point-and-click PC games. It reminds me, I'm going to play 13 Sentinels. Looks pretty good. Speaking of point-and-click adventure games that are also giant robot games, looks pretty great. He got his teddy bear. So convenient. He's doing pretty good for having most of his head blown off. How did that thing get up there? Ugh. Nasty. There he is. Alright, we finally got our team. We've got Clayman, we've got Willie Trombone, and we've got Robot Bill. He's all limbered up. It's time to wrap things up. Bill knows what to do. Alright, gang. There's only one thing left to... Well, can't go back there, I guess. Only one thing left to do now. Attack that problematic, that sketchy-looking castle. I'm sure there won't be any problems or issues to deal with on the way there. Yes, that's right.
Clockwork beast! Clockwork beast! We're doomed!
There's giant kaiju battles in this point and click adventure. Oh no. Through his tie. It's very specific. Like how they had like cigarette butts on the ground. What is the bear retrieval unit doing most days? Oh no. No, there's another one of those things. Ugh. Sure you want the bear back now? Oh no. Oh no, he tore its head off and threw it into the black void. That bastard. He made Robot Bill mad. He did it. He defeated the Clockwork Beast. But at what cost? Alright. Let's get this show on the road. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good. Oh no.
Bill, hang on!
Oh no. Our friends. We made it to the castle, but at what cost? Well, this is it, folks. We've made it to the spooky castle. Bill and Willie have fallen into the void. The door is shut behind us. There's no going back. So now it's time to bring a conclusion to things. But I think that will be in our next episode. So hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. We'll wrap up. It'll probably be a shorter episode next time because there's not a whole lot left to do. But let me see if I can get any music to end on at least. Oh, hey, look at that. Some spooky music to end on. So anyway, as I was saying, I hope you've been in a fast travel. That's good. I hope you've been enjoying yourself and you've gotten a kick out of the Neverhood as I have. So until next time, I've been Mike with Team Brothership, and I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you real soon.